One skill that most people have that are of the age of just being a kid and older is mind reading. And this is something that's used pretty much every day, at least if you don't live in solitude. So, with mind reading, I know I've definitely talked about this on this channel because this topic is very interesting to me and I love it. It's the theory of mind. And the theory of mind, it's not a theory, it's more of an ability. And it's the ability for me to think about what you are thinking, or for you to think about what I'm thinking. So in a context of if we were in person, you would see me talking to you, and you would try to basically simulate if you were in my shoes and try and think about exactly what I'm thinking about, other than what I'm saying to you, and trying to discern my emotions and my facial expressions. So this is something that's pretty prominent, I would say, in a lot of people's lives. And the parts of the brain that are activated during this are the amygdala. And the amygdala, this has to do with emotions. And of course, so reading emotions will be one of the things that it's useful for. And another part of the brain that's activated during, theory of mind. And honestly, pretty much the whole brain. You could say the whole brain is activated during the theory of mind because it depends. It just depends on the situation for what brain modality will be activated. But the amygdala and also the right temporal parietal junction. Those are things that are pretty prominent in the studies that I've seen and in this book. And those things kind of just are correlated with your gut feeling. Well, in guessing someone's emotions, I should say, because after that, of course, the neocortex and the prefrontal cortex get activated because that's pretty much the way we evolved from normal creatures into social creatures. And the neocortex, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, but of course there's caveats to it, and I'm not going to get into that here, but just know that there are bad things to neocortex. So next we got another part of everybody's life. Maybe not everybody, yes, I would say pretty much everybody, and that is drugs. Now these types are different than, well, maybe these are the normal drugs, who knows, but these are like oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. That depends if you get into a I don't want to say life or death situation, but a scarier situation for you at least. So so pretty much every day we have these neurotransmitters being released into our bloodstream, just into our body through our, what is it called? I don't know, the hippo, not sorry, not the hippocampus. The man, I can't think of the word, but I have it exactly, on the tip of my tongue. I just can't process it out, but hypothalamus, that's what it is. So the hypothalamus, HPA axis, whatever. Through that and through the brainstem, basically stuff is just released into our body throughout, as I said, our bloodstream. It can make us, you can speed up our heartbeat, slow it down our heartbeat, or pretty much just be neutral, keep it normal. So this is also very prominent in everyday life, because I'm pretty sure everyone has a dopamine release. So sometime throughout the day, I feel like I get mine through reading these books. When I finish the book, I'm like, wow, I just learned something new. So that's where I get mine, and you might get yours from another place. Oh, for instance, exercising. I'm pretty sure that's something everybody does, right? Right? But but it's also released through that. And these are just two things that happen during everyday life for pretty much everybody. I would say theory of mind is it's pretty it's pretty usable. Oh, well, not usable. It's well used throughout everybody. And man, I just love theory of mind. I think it's so cool, and it's just beautiful in my opinion. And obviously, there's other things that happen during everyday life. Like for instance, if I'm reading, wow, then my occipital lobe will be activated. Oh, occipital lobe is activated. Guess what? Because my eyes are open. So of course, my five brain modalities are going to be activated all throughout the day, but these are just some things that are also activated. Just like in addition to the regular five brain modalities, and of course some other things, because we don't just sit still and just do nothing. So of course other things are going to be activated depending on what you do throughout your day. But this was just this read. It was a pretty fun read, honestly. I was especially since I could think of examples for everything that the author was stating. So I had a fun time. I liked his. No, I didn't. I don't really like the style of these type of books actually, where they give a lot of stories. So he would give one example, then two example, then three example, all just for one thing. Which more examples, more repetition, you'll remember it better. But I think it's a little unnecessary. But hey, it was still a good book. It was a good informational read. So this was Mind Wide Open, your brain and the neuroscience of everyday life.